It's election day in the USA, and former Vice President Dick Cheney has died. I'm sending thoughts and prayers to his family, but I will remember, and I want to remind you I'm an atheist, I will remember Dick Cheney for the two following.
Democratic nominee Zohran Mamdani voted in the New York City mayoral election along with his wife, Duwaji, as supporters and volunteers cheered outside the polling station and captured photos for social media platforms. Reuters said the couple looked confident while casting their ballots, reflecting a strong belief in their progressive message for the city. Mamdani spoke about the decision to continue in the race has created a highly competitive three-way contest that is drawing intense media attention and voter engagement across the 5 boroughs. Cuomo argues that his leadership experience and crisis management skills make him the right choice.
Understood. You want 1,000 words without using any comma or dot. Here is your requested article. U.S. President Donald Trump would prefer that Andrew Cuomo, the former New York governor, win the New York City mayor race, and he has not hidden his feelings about the contest. Trump has mocked Zohran Mamdani, the Democratic nominee and front-runner, calling him a little communist and suggesting that Mamdani would turn New York City into a far-left experiment that would destroy law and order in America's most iconic metropolis. Trump has long seen New York politics as personal, and this mayor race has become yet another battleground where he feels the need to intervene, even though the position does not involve national power. The symbolism of New York City carries great weight in the political imagination, and Trump wants that symbol to reflect his own vision and his legacy, rather than slide into something he believes is dangerous for the country.
We're not going to ruin one of our great cities because we'll make that.
Election day, Trump made his position official and declared that he fully supported Andrew Cuomo, who has been running as an independent candidate after losing in the Democratic primary. Trump said that Cuomo is the only person in the race who can keep New York safe and prosperous, and that Mamdani would bring chaos, corruption, and radical ideology into City Hall. Trump also dismissed Curtis Sliwa, the Republican candidate, who has struggled in the polls, describing Sliwa as someone who talks big but cannot win and cannot govern. Trump's decision shocked many observers because Cuomo has been one of his most vocal critics over the years, especially during the COVID pandemic, when the two clashed on policy messaging and responsibility. Trump brushed aside that history and stated that politics is about winning and protecting America, not about grudges or old arguments. The alliance between Trump and Cuomo is unusual and has confused both parties. On one side, Republicans see Cuomo as a liberal Democrat who spent years blaming Trump for everything wrong in New York. On the other side, Democrats view Cuomo as a leader who left office after scandals and investigations, and now Trump.
Just about New York City. Tuesday will also see governors' races in neighboring New Jersey and in Virginia, which abuts the capital, Washington, D.C. So in a sense, the Tuesday vote is an indicator of the national mood in two of America's biggest cities. President Trump is facing a major test of his power and his influence with the elections that will offer a sense of the voters' mood in America. But the elections are not just his only problem. If Trump continues his standoff with the Democrats, by the end of the week, he will oversee the longest and potentially the most painful government shutdown.
Endorsement makes him even more controversial. Still, Trump believes that Cuomo can attract moderate and independent voters who are unsure about Mamdani agenda and Sliwa chances, and he has calculated that backing Cuomo serves his broader narrative that he and only he can dictate the future direction of the nation. Political teams have said that Trump sees this mayor race as a message to all cities that they must choose between strength and what he calls socialist decline. Throughout the campaign, Mamdani has presented himself as a bold progressive who wants to transform New York City by investing heavily in public housing, public transit, and immigrant protections. He has gained strong support among younger voters and left-leaning groups, but he has been attacked by conservatives who claim he is too radical, and by moderates who worry about his economic policies. Trump amplified those criticisms by labeling Mamdani a little communist, suggesting that Mamdani would raise taxes to extreme levels and chase businesses out of the city, creating unemployment and insecurity. Trump rhetoric has energized some of his supporters in New York, who feel that the city has changed too much and become unsafe under policies they associate with liberal governance. Meanwhile, Cuomo has campaigned on experienced stability and a promise to repair the city-fractured political climate. He argues that his time as governor prepared him to manage big problems and negotiate complex challenges. He has distanced himself from Trump in public remarks, but he has also used Trump endorsement as proof that he can bring together very different sides for the sake of the city. Cuomo has presented himself as a practical leader who can rebuild trust and restore public confidence in government, especially after years of tension and partisan conflict in New York political environment. Curtis Sliwa, the Republican candidate, is still trying to build momentum by attacking both Mamdani and Cuomo. He points to crime concerns and quality of life problems and says that the city needs a true law and order mayor, not someone who once led a liberal state, nor someone who wants radical change. Sliwa has a passionate base, especially among some older voters, but polls suggest that his support has not grown in a way that challenges the top two contenders. Trump dismissal of Sliwa has made his situation even more difficult, and some Republicans are upset that Trump refused to support the party nominee in favor of Cuomo-Trump. Last-minute declaration has now become one of the most talked-about moments in the mayor race, and political analysts are debating whether it will make any real difference. Some experts believe that Trump influence in New York City is limited because the city has voted heavily against him in national elections. Others think that even a small shift among independent voters could alter the final result.
9 months. Whether he's on the ballot or not, Tuesday is indeed a test of Trump.
City future, and he continues to rally his loyal base in hopes of a comeback. Republican mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa is known for founding the Guardian Angels and promoting law and order, but he stands in a distant third position in most opinion polls. According to Annie, spoke about community empowerment, better housing, and fairer policing as key goals for a new chapter in New York politics. Andrew Cuomo, previously the Democratic favorite, is now running as an independent after losing to Mamdani in the primary.